Hello, welcome to the winning personal horoscope video for October. The person who's won is called Rennie. She was born on the 2nd of September in 1961 in Charleston in West Virginia in the United States. Now, the first thing I noticed about looking through Rennie's chart when I printed the wheel off the printer was there was a very strong presence of Mercury-ruled planets. First off, of course, the Sun is actually in Virgo, but it was conjunct Pluto when Rennie was born. But furthermore, Rennie also has, and I apologise if I look down, Mercury, the planet of Virgo, is also located in Virgo. And it's in the second house. So this is a person who straight away I feel is likely to have a sense of precision about the way they approach things. But I also see some other things in the second house. Although Mars is in Libra, the next sign on from Virgo, it too is in the second house. And we also have the moon in Gemini, again ruled by Mercury, and that's in the 10th house. And then moving into another kind of Mercury sort of influence, we have Jupiter, the planet of fortune and expansion, in Capricorn, but in the 6th house, which kind of governs Virgo energy. So straight away I'm seeing a lot of the ability to think and to rationalise a sense of discrimination, an ability to sort the wheat from the chaff. But this person also has 3 planets in the 1st house, and the 1st house and the 6th house, which is this very Virgoan influence, are not particularly compatible in the sense that the 1st house is very much about expressing our individuality, whereas Virgo is much more about being of service, of helping people, of providing support, of enabling people to achieve what they want to achieve, not in a servile way, but in a way which is, you know, very, very positive. And these are very good Virgo traits. But then we have to kind of pick through it, because if we think the moon is in Gemini, ruled by Mercury, and the sun is actually in Virgo, do the two go together well? And when I look down, I see that they actually exactly square. So it might not always be easy for Rennie to actually emotionally feel her situation so much. She's much more likely to look at things not with a degree of detachment so much, but that precision is going to be important. And ironically, there is also some Leo energy as well, because there's Venus in Leo, there is also Uranus in Leo, and there is also the ascendant in Leo as well. And in fact, the ascendant and Uranus are conjunct by about 3 degrees. So this suggests this is somebody who's got quite a charismatic personality. In fact, a very charismatic personality, I should say. And someone who in some way strikes people as being really quite unique. There is something refreshingly different. When people meet Rennie, they probably don't forget her. She's probably got a good sense of humour, probably comes across as being a little bit zany, but I think underneath that is someone who's very, very capable and immensely reliable and durable. This is a person who does help others. But what about love? I would think with Venus in Leo, there is obviously a sense of self. The ego is reinforced by this, but it's in the 12th house. And that points towards the potential for a certain amount of self-doubt over relationships. And when I was just looking through, I also noticed that Venus squared up with Neptune when Rennie was born. And this is not particularly great. And as much as she may come across as a very genuine, very self-motivated, energized person, good with facilitating other people's needs, I wonder if her needs have always been met as well by partners. It's just a hunch, this, but my sense is that it's entirely possible that there has been some confusion or even deceit around her love life at times, which has probably been quite difficult and given a sense of feeling crestfallen. However, because of the second house in Mars, there is also in Libra the need to have a certain amount of honesty and equilibrium and knowing where she stands, particularly about financial issues. So getting involved with someone who perhaps doesn't have the same values has probably not been a particularly pleasant process. Now we also have Pluto exactly alongside the Sun. Well, it's literally 2 degrees away, suggesting that life tends to go through some fairly dramatic phases for Rennie. This is someone that when people experience her, they know that they've met her, not just because she comes across as unique and bubbly and charismatic, but because there's something more. This is a person that can affect people at quite a deep level, and her life may go through phases of very intense involvements and then big changes. But the great thing for Rennie at the moment is that where the transit in Pluto is in Capricorn right now is forging a wonderful trine with both her Sun and also Pluto. So she's got Pluto, trine, Pluto. And obviously this is a generational thing, and it's a very good one in terms of changing your life in a positive way, because not all of us find change exciting. Some of us find it terrifying. But this kind of suggests that the changes that are happening, the recognition that's occurring, is actually very pleasing. It's making Rennie feel that people do actually respect her. And also a part of fortune is just before Gemini. It's some way away from her moon, but it's just right at the end of Taurus, but it's in the 10th house. With the moon in the 10th house, this is someone that often will take responsibility and will understand the need for that. And I think with Saturn also, the natal Saturn being in its home zone in Capricorn, and Mercury really is strong in Rennie's chart. And just looking through the aspects, she has Mercury trine Jupiter. This gives a tremendous enthusiasm and positivity, real business and executive scope as well. Also, Mercury forges a trine with Saturn. So this is a person who sticks at things, who's prepared to really get their head down and be very, very applied in what they do. And also Mercury forges a fantastic link with the part of fortune. So I think as time goes on, Rennie is someone who's going to be more and more recognised for what she does and more successful. Now there are other things that are also forging a fantastic link with the part of fortune, and one of them is that Jupiter links with the part of fortune too. So I think Rennie is going to find that from time to time, good fortune will come along for her. And that's something that she can really obviously value and appreciate a great deal. Well, it's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this, and goodbye for now.